What's up, good movie lovers, and welcome to a movie review of The Mechanic. As always, the reviews here are spoiler-filled, so if you haven't seen it yet, please stop the review now and go ahead and check it out. But first, we're going to tell you our overall rating to begin with, and then we're going to get into describing the movie and our feelings about it.
Not worth a big screen viewing.
Okay. Rental?
Like, rainy day rental.
Okay.
If it's on instant view on Netflix or it's on the Redbox, pick it up. You got nothing else going on.
Yeah, I'm going to mirror that. It's a pretty well-made action movie, but nothing that'll blow you away.
Right, exactly. Yeah, nothing impressive.
So what were you going in thinking, like, okay, I want to see The Mechanic. What are your expectations?
It's about a super assassin training his protege, and that's what I thought I was going to get, was a movie about training the new guy and how he'd be showing him all the skills of the trade and all the secrets and how to plan out and execute the perfect assassination and some really intricate plans, like almost like the famous heist sequence from Reefy where they're planning it all out. And
Sure.
I got Transporter 4. It wasn't any intelligence behind it. It was just a bunch of stupid action scenes. It was big and loud and stupid and not interesting.
It's kind of like, okay, we the audience know Jason Statham. We know the kind of movies that he makes.
Right.
So it's almost like the filmmakers said, okay, it's this guy, so we're going to fill in the blanks with action that we're used to seeing him doing.
Right.
And the audience will be happy with that.
Right. I mean, I guess if that's what you're going for, it was okay, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted The Mechanic. I wanted a movie about it. Like the opening assassination sequence with the Columbia drug lord.
Right.
That was really cool, and that was the only one of those we got.
Yeah.
Then it was like the other assassinations were like middle of the street in the broad daylight with the caterpillars and the buses and like going out guns a-blazing. Like that's not an assassination. It was like the fight scene of Heat, like in the middle of the thing.
Exactly. So when you go in thinking mechanic equals guy who kills people, hitman,
right?
You're expecting a little bit. It's going to be like a ninja. He's more
of
a ninja.
Yeah.
He's got to kind of just do his thing, but not be seen, because if you get noticed, that's bad for the people who want this person killed.
Right.
There's the one sequence where they want him to knock off the huge kind of muscle other hitman, and he sends the Ben Foster as the young guy in training to go knock him off. But Foster wants adventure and adrenaline, so instead of taking the easy kill, he starts a big fight with him.
Right.
And that's not how you're supposed to be if you're a mechanic.
Well, that's the other thing, is that, first of all, apparently there's no police in Baton Rouge at all, because Foster's fingerprints all over the apartment. He basically beats the guy to death, and there's no follow-up. There's no blood everywhere. Like, if this was CSI, it would be over in 5 minutes. The other part is that Baton Rouge apparently is the hitman capital of the world.
Right.
Donald Sutherland's there, Statham's there, and this other guy's there.
The guy behind it all.
Right, is there. Yeah, Tony Goldwyn's there.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's where you go if you want a hitman, is go to Baton Rouge.
Apparently so. Well, because it's got like water, so they can have a chase scene on boats.
Right, on the bayou,
whatever they want to do, or put bodies in.
And that's my other complaint, is Ben Foster goes from like zero to super assassin in like a week, and we don't see any training. We don't nothing. Doesn't go through any trial by fire or any like special really cool like wax on wax off sequences or anything. It just happens.
And because there's this interesting little dynamic here where Ben Foster is the son of Donald Sutherland, who early on Jason Statham has to kill.
And that was cool. That was set up very well. That was set up to be an interesting dynamic, an interesting movie.
Yeah, nice little twist. You don't see it coming. Sutherland's kind of his mentor. Now Statham doesn't want to kill him. There's the one weird scene, though. Sutherland, it turns out, he double-crossed the company and he wanted money. But in the end, we learned that it wasn't Sutherland who did this. So before Sutherland dies, why doesn't he just tell Statham, hey, they're setting you up. This isn't, it's a twist. It's not me.
Yeah.
But instead he plays like, oh, no, I'm busted and you gotta kill me. It makes no sense for the story.
It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
But now that you're training the son of the person you killed, where's the guilt? Where's that dynamic? Let's see some more of that going on.
And there's the other part at the end where they're in the car and Ben Foster basically does everything but say, I know you killed my father, I'm going to kill you now. Like, it just it's like, have you ever killed someone you knew? Have you ever? What did you feel about that? Was it
was this person an outbreak? And, does he? Is his son on 24? Worst subtext ever.
Worst subtext ever. Like, Master Assassin, a master of reading people, he's kind of clueless in that one.
Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, towards the end, when you know he's going to kill him and blow the car up.
Right.
Then they do, the other angle shot where we saw how he escaped.
It actually rolled out of the way, which in the original, you told me you saw, and he does die, right? In the
he
original?
does die, yeah. Yeah, it's because here, of course, there's going to be a sequel, or it's Jason Statham and he can't die. But real men, real actors like Charles Bronson are not afraid to die in a movie.
That's correct.
And it makes sense for the movie because in the original, the guy that he's training, he kind of like covets the lifestyle more that Bronson has. He's like, oh, I want to become you. I want to kind of take everything from you.
Okay, kind of like a single white female type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Single white female hitman, basically.
Right, yeah.
And that car is like the ultimate, like, I want to drive it. So then in the
and you
original,
don't get that in this one. It wasn't so much he covets him, he wants his revenge. You can build a movie around that. And at the end, with the car, with that really elaborate Rube Goldbergian thing with the LP. Like, first of all, how did he know he was going to put on that album? It's all hinges on that. If he doesn't play that record, the car doesn't blow up at all. He doesn't get his revenge. So
the house doesn't burn down.
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing happens. So what if he puts on a different album? Maybe he's not feeling that song that day.
Yeah. Because there's a little moment earlier where he's like, "Don't touch that. Don't play that." That's like the reverse psychology. Now that I said,
that's
don't play
a lot
that,
to count on, though, to execute your master plan. To count on that, yeah.
And why after he killed him? Why would he go back to the house and?
Well, and that's the thing is that it was all plot holes. It was all none of it made sense. It was all stupid, and it wasn't. The action scenes weren't good enough to make up for that.
Okay, interesting.
That's like we talk about the scene in the middle of the street with the caterpillar. That was fun. That was cool.
Not very assassiny.
Not very assassiny, but still cool. The scene when the hotel attack, where they're running across the rooftops, and that was some good action stuff, I guess. So
Definitely.
Like I said, rainy day, like Tuesday afternoon, got nothing else to do, popping on, sure, why not?
I mean, it keeps you paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't bored ever.
Yeah.
I will say this: there was one scene where they're in the house, they're in Tony Goldwyn's house, and he's got the daughter, and he goes to shove her hand in the garbage disposal
because he wants information.
And there's a real sense of danger where, like, okay, is he gonna do this? Like, and the way like most movies, like, there's no way he'll do it. Like, okay, this is stupid. But like with this movie, there was something about it and something about Statham's character. Like, no, he might do this. Like, this is a possibility. Yeah. And the whole, like, are they really gonna do this? Would they really do this?
Like the other guy's also an assassin, so
right?
It's like, okay, he's not a businessman, so he's got to really scare the assassin.
Right. The hand and the thing, like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? And he flips it on. I was like, oh my god, it's happening! Oh my god, it's happening! Oh my god! But then he chickened out.
Then it turned out to be a piece of meat that was in there,
which is like, where'd that piece of meat come from?
Yeah,
that was like, they should have just committed to it. And if they committed to it and went with that would have blown my mind and been like one of the greatest movie moments of all time.
Yeah, it was like, I can't believe
they're doing this.
For one moment, it was like, that's the joy of like unpredictability. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's the originality.
Yeah.
That's the joy of originality, because we've never seen a movie go there before.
Absolutely, and it would have been fine if it went there. Like, okay, it sucks for the girl, but the dad's in the business. What do you expect to happen to your family?
Exactly. That's it. Hey, sins of the father.
Part of the dangers. You got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish it would have stayed. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah. That was like the one time, because I remember everyone around us.
It was palpable. Yeah, you could feel the tension. But of like
inching towards the front of the seat.
Is he really gonna do this? And then, oh my god.
Yeah. And then everyone literally was like, ah! And it was a great moment. You know? I can't remember the last time that maybe Kick-Ass was like the last time where that stuff, where those reactions, that energy in
the theater, right? Yeah. That kind of
And this was like, but of course they kind of
chickened out.
And they took the safe route for everything. And I mean, I guess if you see the preview for this, you're thinking, okay, I just want to see Transporter meets Assassin. And I don't know, if you want to see Statham holding a gun and looking like a badass, it kind of works, but...
Again, it's like, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And I had this conversation with my girlfriend about this, and she's like, she didn't understand why I always had to complain about everything. And she's like, it was fine. It was a fun
action. She said she delivered on what was expected.
It's my fault for going in with expectations. Okay. And what I was expecting was, I love training movies. I love movies where, like, they train the new guy to be like Remo Williams. The Adventure Begins is one of my favorite movies of all time. I know what you're talking.
That Sensei guy is one of the most
Joel Gray,
forgotten about Miyagi characters.
Miyagi characters of all. He was, Chun.
Chun. Used to be on HBO back in the day, like every second day.
Oh god, go rent or Netflix. Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, and just that's a treat with Fred Ward and Wilford Brimley. Oh god,
it's almost like a pre-Hudson Hawk kind of like a type of, but not as cheesy as Hudson.
No, and the best thing was, like, they had built it up like it was going to be a franchise, and it bombed. I was hoping, I wanted the training sequences, I wanted the elaborate assassination attempts, and the cool, like, oh, I didn't see that coming, and oh wow, that's how that paid off later, and it wasn't any of that.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's my fault.
I wanted more, because in the original, they did a good job of capturing Bronson as a hitman who's given up all the normal things in life. He can't have a relationship with anyone. There's too much danger. and he's basically living on his own. That really wasn't felt too much here with Statham's character.
Right, the relationship with the hooker.
But he's like gonna fall for her and like, okay, I want to make this.
No,
a
but he
real
didn't.
thing.
Did he though? He didn't at the end.
No, he gave the dog to her or something, didn't he? Or
yeah.
wasn't there some kind of thing like that? But
again, shows how forgettable it was.
The best part was definitely the opening when it was a pretty interesting way to. He had to take out some like drug dealer, Colombian guy.
Yeah.
And the original was famous for having like a 10 to 15 minute no dialogue opening sequence where you see him go through the steps of here's how I set up when I'm going to do a job. That lifestyle, take us into that world, but no, then it gets too heady, too loud, and action sequences in the street and all that. It should be. I kind of wanted the end to be more like Scarface or something, where like the guy's like sends all the assassins out to take him down, and because he's messing with the top guy,
right?
So why
exactly.
not just activate
all the assassins,
like a Born Identity kind of thing.
Speaking of how Baton Rouge is the assassin capital of the world, then he just sees the other assassin in the middle of O'Hare Airport.
Yeah.
What?
Plot convenience.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible writing.
Yeah.
He needs an answer, and the assassin that he needs it from happens to walk by. The fight in the shuttle bus was kind of interesting.
It was good. It was a good fight. It's just there's so many of those generic action movies. I guess I wanted that assassin relationship movie because I don't get to see that enough. I like those. I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah.
Again,
StoryCorp.
Death of character development.
Yeah.
It's Ben Foster's character isn't explored. Statham, and you get just greatest hits of previous action movies strung together. But I mean, it's not the worst movie in the world.
No, it certainly is not. It was. Yeah, it wasn't like I was.
I think you described it perfectly. It's raining outside. I want to lay on the couch. Boom.
Yeah.
On-demand rental.
Right. Yeah. On demand. That's good. They should add that category.
On demand.
Yeah. On demand. Yeah.
I think that's below rental, but above edited for TV.
Is on
on
demand.
So okay.
Yeah, or Netflix Instant View.
Next Instant View. Yeah, Instant View.
It's not worth putting in your queue for home delivery.
Right.
But if it's on,
don't
even bother queuing it up.
That would take too much time.
Right.
But it's like if you're paying for the service already, let it be free within that.
Right.
Don't request it special off of someplace.
Yeah.
So, with that said, Jonas, please let us know what's going on.
As always, you can follow the blog Zen and the Art of Waitering at zenandtheartofwaitering.blogspot.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/Zen and the Art of Waitering. And if you want to check out the book, you don't even have to commit to buy it. You can look at a free sample at smashwords.com/book/view/13249. You don't have to be a waiter to enjoy it, or if you have a waiter in your life, maybe forward it on to them. If you're just interested in Zen or Buddhism or just want a cheap laugh, I think it's good. So
it's all the above. It's entertaining and insightful. Because after all, life is a big restaurant, right?
That's correct.
And everyone's placing and taking orders in some way. So, as usual, all the links are posted in the description area of this video. So please support and spread the word. That's it. So consider yourselves advised. Until next time, always remember that StoryCorp gives you more of what you pay for. And as always, long live
good.